Hello everyone, I made a trip today to my favorite friendly neighborhood bookstore, Camelot Books. Actually, they're, the way I understand it, by appointment only. So I pre-ordered a book from them and took advantage of their cool little deal where you don't pay until the book is ready to deliver, ready for pickup. So I went on out down there, picked up my book, and the one I got today is Lividian Publications Heart-Shaped Box by Joe Hill. It's a signed limited edition, but it's not, I don't believe they're numbered. They are limited to 1,750 copies if my paper is correct. So we're going to get into that. I'm going to do a book on boxing because they don't put them in boxes when you pick them up in the store. They do a neat gimmick. They wrap them in wrapping paper like you're opening a present, so an unboxing is even more delightful, because who doesn't like opening presents? Maybe some people don't, but I do. And I'm going to be opening a present today. It looks good. So I stopped in at Camelot Books. I got an email saying, your book's in. We'll be here till 4. Come on in, because I had already asked if I could come pick it up when it arrives, and they were the kindest people that you're ever going to meet, if you ever meet them. And when I was there, I got a bit of a surprise. I saw a book sitting on the desk that hadn't even been sent out by the publishers yet. As far as I know, the publisher doesn't even have this book. I pre-ordered it from the publisher, and I said, what? How'd you get that? And they told me that sometimes they get books not from the publisher, but from the printer themselves. So another benefit to buying from Camelot is not only do you not pay until your book's ready to ship, or whatever your arrangement is, you don't pay until it's ready, which can be an excellent benefit with some publishers out there that might take years and years and years and years to get a book out once they've already sold it. With Camelot, you don't pay until it's ready to ship. So a great benefit there. But also, sometimes they get the book from the printer before the publisher even does, which is phenomenal. And I was almost tempted just to buy the one they had sitting out. I won't tell you the publisher or the book or anything like that. It's their business. But I was almost tempted to say, can I buy one from you right now? But I got one coming in the mail. It'll show up eventually. Patience is a virtue. That's what they say. But I've also heard that the people that say that are people with too much time on their hands. Either way, whatever. Stop talking. I want to unbox a heart-shaped box, but it's not in the shape of a heart. So already I'm starting to feel a little bit tricked. I've been tricked. The box is not shaped like a heart, but I ordered heart-shaped box. Anyway, here we go. Let's take a look. Like I said, they wrap them up nice and neat, which just is fun. I like unwrapping stuff, especially when I know it's good stuff and not a pair of socks or underwear or a tie. Anyway, unwrapping stuff that's actually cool. And there she blows, there she goes. Now, one of the things they told me was that they don't open on this particular title. They didn't open and inspect every one because the book itself is shrink wrapped separate from the slipcase. So they told me they were afraid to take all of these out of the slipcase because he didn't know. They didn't know how durable the gold foil was on there, so they wanted to keep all these wrapped before they shipped them, maybe to protect the book inside the slipcase while it's bouncing around and all that stuff in the postal delivery system on the way from their place to yours. So they didn't inspect the book, but they did take it out of the slipcase just to make sure that there was no dings or dents or anything visible in the cover. They just didn't open the book itself to look inside to make sure there was no chicanery going on inside. But one thing that I have already grown to love about Lividian Press, Lividian Publications, is the slipcase itself. It's not the very often you get a slipcase, and I like slipcases, period, don't get me wrong, but very often it's just paper, and this is cloth wrapped slipcase, neat artwork on it, so it's not just a plain Jane. Again, plain Jane's better than nothing for sure. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining about a good thing. I love slipcases, but they put some extra love into theirs. And for the price, I don't see how anybody beats Lividian publications so far. There's some amazing books at high prices, middle of the road prices, low middle prices. Depending on how you scale things, different publishers do it best at the different price points. But I don't see how you can get better than Lividian at the price point that they tend to be at, where they're living so far. Just phenomenal stuff. Heart-shaped box is one that I waffled on. It came out for sale, and I thought about it, and I said, I don't know. And then when I finally said, okay, I'm going to buy it, they sold out. And fortunately, that's where somebody like Camelot says, we got you covered, brother. And they hooked me up with one, and here it is. Here's where we are. I won't make that mistake again with Lividian publications, I say. But you never know. They might publish a book by an author that I haven't read, I'm not familiar with, I'm not collecting. Can't collect everybody. They might come out with some book from somebody that I say, I'm going to skip this one, and then I read a book from them, and then I say, holy heck, how did I skip that? And have to go try to make up for a screw-up, which is what I did here. Holy heck, how did I just pass on Joe Hill? I think I like this guy. And that's where we're at. Camelot hooked me up, solved my problem, fixed my mistake, made up for my stupidity. And let's take a look at this book and see how she looks. I've seen some pictures. And I've seen other video showing this thing off, or two. I'm late to the party. Oh well, I'm at the party. That's what matters. All the drinks, they're not all gone. The food is not all gone. I brought a pretty girl with me, my wife, so I didn't have to try to win over the pretty girl at the party or any of that stuff. I got it covered. I'm okay. And here we are in the house. This is one of those books that if it's simply sitting on the shelf just like you see it, people are going to look at this book and say, that's the coolest book that you have, brother. Some people call me brother. That's the coolest book that you have. But then when you take this mother and you put it inside this Cool Joe slipcase, and then I put it on the shelf, even better. Holy Toledo, holy cow. I love it, man. Lividian, Brian James Freeman, I dig it. I'm a fan, and I can't say that enough. I've got some books that I'm waiting on from Lividian with bated breath. Can't wait for them to come in, and I get to put one more on the shelf. This is actually my second Lividian Publications big novel that I've got. I've got some other smaller stuff from them, but my second novel that's going on my shelf. The other one is one that I did a video on recently in the last house on Needless Street, and it looks so good. It's another example of, holy cow, how can they do this at that price? Anyway, let's get to that. If you can't see, it's a heart-shaped box. I say there's the heart, so they didn't actually let me down. The foil stamping on the cover looks really cool. This leather looks like what leather should look like, leatherish. Leather, I should pay more attention to what it's actually made of, but it looks so good. The coloration, it just, it's what leather should look like, in my humble opinion. I'm the most humble person that I know. I'm that humble. I'm the best at being humble. Believe me. Here's our Endpapers. Now that that's out of the way. Beautiful Endpapers. I like it when they're not just bright white. Illustration. Have you ever seen that one? It do look good, don't it? Get that glare off of there. Get the glare off of there, man. I'm looking for a signature, and I found it. Not only do I have a book signed by Joe Hill, Mathias Clasen, Josh Malerman. Ever hear of him? And Francois Vaillancourt. Ever hear him? The artist. The illustrious artist, a guy that's really made a name for himself as an artist for books. How come? Turn the lights off, man. I can't see. There you go. There's our signature page Beautiful artwork, terrific signatures. Like I said, this one is a limited edition book. It's limited to 1,750 copies, but they're not individually numbered. Let's see what else we can find. For my dad, one of the good ones. It's always nice when a son has love for his father, and I hope one day when I'm well past my days of raising children that my grown-up kids will say that I was one of the good ones. They'll say that I am one of the good ones. That's what I hope. That's the way I talked about my dad. The table of contents. Let's take a look here. Table of contents, forward, Josh Malerman, or forward. What is it? Forward or forward? I think it's forward. That's the way I prefer it. Right or wrong, that's the way I prefer it. The Telltale Heart, an introduction, Joe Hill. Heart-shaped box, Joe Hill. The Lost First Chapter, Joe Hill. Jude confronts global warming, Joe Hill. Traveling the Night Road with Joe Hill. On heart-shaped box, Mathias Clasen. Let's look and see what kind of interior illustrations are contained therein. Francois Vaillancourt. His name is on the book, so that means ooh, look what I was doing. You didn't catch that. That means you're going to see some pretty neat pictures for sure. Some pretty neat illustrations, as the hoity-toity, the hoi polloi, as the bougie folks like to say, illustrations, not pictures. While I'm philosophizing here, just in a word, chock full of pictures. It's chock full of pictures, if that's one word or three words, I'm not sure. But man, they look good. And like I said, when I see the words Francois Vaillancourt, I automatically assume I'm going to see some great artwork. And Heart-Shaped Box is not letting us down. Lividian Publications is not letting us down. They have commissioned, oh, that's such a good one there. Look at there up close. See what happened to the eyes. The artwork in this book tells a story. It tells the story. So, I should have said this earlier. If you're waiting to see the art for some reason and you don't want to see the art, cover your eyes, darling, because I'm showing it. Holy cow, look at here. Man, just looks so good. So good. The artwork is worth the cover price. The limitation page, I love signed books, is worth the cover price. The slipcase, the cover, it's all adds up to be worth well more than it cost me. And don't tell anybody because I don't want them to raise the price on me. But again, let's take a look. So much art in this book. You might as well just call it an art portfolio mixed in. Awesome. Mixed in a terrific book. What else have we got here? Just so many pictures. Have I said that already? How many books are out there that slam this many illustrations throughout the story? It's just unbelievable. I'm at a loss for words. I am speechless. I'm without speech. What more can I say? It seems like every one is another holy cow moment. What else is there? There's a few more, wrapping it up here. I just don't want to leave anything out. I want to show you. I want to show you what I got. What they did, what I bought, and now what I got. So good. And it looks like I have maybe one more. Doggone it. So there you have it, folks. If I'm not mistaken, I might have missed something. I might have missed one or two, but I think I got them all. And our end papers there. So what I have is heart-shaped box. And in closing, all I got to say is phenomenal. It's terrific, no doubt. Thank you, Lividian Publications. Thank you, Brian James Freeman, Joe Hill, Francois Vaillancourt, Josh Malerman for signing it and doing what you do. Thank you all. Great book. And we'll put it up. We'll put it on the shelf. Put it on the shelf where it belongs. And with that being said, I got no more lies to tell. C'est la vie, baby. I'm pretty much the most humble guy that I've ever met. And at the same time, I never get jealous. But when I do, it's because somebody else has something that I want. Go figure.